And some of them said he was crazy, God forbid. Let's analyze their claim. A person, if is suffering from this disease or if he's crazy, they fail to realize that the Quran was revealed during a course of time which was 23 years. The Quran was not revealed at one time. It was revealed over a period of 23 years, in stages, part by part. If this Quran, as they claim, is from a mind which is subconscious or a crazy mind, it could not have been so consistent. And neither can a person be under the false impression that he is the Prophet when everything is coming from his subconscious mind for a period of 23 years. There are several facts in the Quran which can disprove this. For example, Quran mentions about several historical events which no one at the time of the Prophet knew. There are several prophecies which are mentioned which have been fulfilled. There are several scientific facts which were unknown that time and has been confirmed today. It is impossible for these sort of facts to come out from a subconscious mind or a crazy mind. And the Quran testifies in Surah Araf, chapter number 7, verse number 184. Do they not reflect that their companion is not one possessed with evil, but he is a perpetuous warner? The Quran repeats in Surah Al-Qalam, chapter number 68, verse number 2. Thou is not, by the grace of thy Lord, crazy or possessed. It is said in Surah Takwir, chapter number 81, verse number 22. Your companion is not possessed and mad. So why should a person lie? It's not possible to discuss all the various theories put forward by them. If anyone has any new theory, they are most welcome to put it during question and answer time, and inshallah, I'll try my level best to clarify it. The second assumption is that the Prophet copied it from other religious scriptures, or he got it from some human source. One historical fact is sufficient to prove this theory wrong. That is, our beloved Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, he was an illiterate. And Quran testifies in Surah Ankabut, chapter number 29, verse number 48, that thou was not able to recite any book before this book was revealed, nor was thou able to transcribe it before this. In that case, indeed, the talkers of vanities would have doubted. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew that people would doubt the source of the Quran. That's the reason that in his divine wisdom, he chose his last and final messenger, Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, to be an ummi, an illiterate, an unlettered prophet. Otherwise, surely, the talkers of vanities, the babblers in the marketplace, would have something to say. And if the Prophet was literate, the critics, the cynics, would have had some weight to say that the Prophet copied it from somewhere else and rehashed it in a new form. Nauz billah. But even this claim is denied. A point hardly big enough to hang a fly. And our Qari, Brother Ashraf Muhammadi, he recited the verse of the Quran from Surah Sajda, chapter number 32, verse number 1 to 3. Alif Lam Mim Tanzilul Kitab la Rayba Fi min Rabbil Alameen. Alif Lam Mim. This is the revelation of the book without doubt from the Lord of the worlds. Do they say, he has forged it? Nay, it is the truth from thy Lord, so that thou may admonish a people to whom no warner was sent before, so that they may receive some guidance. The Quran is unlike any other religious scriptures, which has a typical human type of narration, like a storybook. How does the storybook begin? It begins with, once upon a time, foxes and grapes, wolf and the lamb. Similarly, if you read other scriptures, it says, in the beginning was God, he made the heavens and the earth. In the beginning was the word. It may say, now it came to pass as though so it happened. The Quran does not have such human narrations. In the beginning was so and so. And if you read the other religious scriptures, they have a typical sequence of the human narration. It talks about a particular person, it talks about his family, about the children, and the sequence runs in order. Chapter 1, chapter 2, it's in order. Quran too speaks about people and the family life, but it speaks not in a particular sequence like the human storybook. The Quran has its own unique style. It's a unique book. The people who cannot prove that Quran is a work of a human being, then they finally come up and say that the Quran is a deception. Nauz billah. If we ask them, where is the deception? They will not be able to point out a single deception in the whole Quran. People, they believe in things for which they have got no proof or reasons, and they fool themselves by sticking to it. For example, if I believe that this particular man, he is my enemy, for which I have got no proof, for which I have got no reason. But the moment that man comes in front of me, because of my false belief, I start behaving like his enemy. He reacts and too behaves like my enemy, and then I satisfy myself. See, I was right. This man is my enemy because he's behaving like my enemy. If it had not been for my initial false belief, that man would have never behaved like my enemy. So people believe in things without proof and reason and fool themselves by sticking to it. Quran says that the revelation goes in parallel with reason. Some people say that holy scriptures, they are beyond reasoning. If they are beyond reasoning, then how can we decipher which of the holy scriptures are true and which are false? The Quran, in fact, encourages reasoning. It encourages discussion. Many Muslims feel that you should avoid religious discussions. You should avoid getting into a dialogue where religion is concerned, and they're sadly mistaken. The Quran says in Surah Nahl, chapter number 16, verse number 125, Ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmah wal mau'izat al hasna wajadilhum billati hiya ahsan. That is, invite all to the way of thy Lord with wisdom and beautiful preaching, and argue with them and reason with them in the ways that are best and most gracious. Quran encourages discussion, encourages reasoning. No wonder the Arabic word qalu, which means they say, is mentioned 332 times. And the Arabic word qul, which means say, is also mentioned 332 times. This proves that the Quran encourages discussion.